Hi everybody. Today I want to talk a little bit about how our levels of stress can significantly impact and act as an obstacle to our relationship with our children. My name is Tanya Kemp, clinical counselor and educator for parents and teachers of neurodivergent children. The relationship between parents and children is fundamental to all scientific research on child development and neuroscience. The unique power of this relationship cannot be overstated. We are connected with our children from the minute they are born. We are connected to our children from the moment they are conceived to the umbilical cord, and once they are born, through a little Bluetooth connection between our brains. We use our brain to regulate our baby's sense of emotions, regulation, and arousal levels. From the earliest days, our babies connect to our brains because their brain isn't yet sophisticated enough to manage their levels of arousal. Now, there are a number of things that can act as an obstacle between our Bluetooth connection with our children and how that impacts our relationship. When we get stressed, our children get stressed. And when our children get stressed, we get stressed. And that is simply how our brains work. So when our children become extremely hungry, extremely dysregulated, that means we will become triggered too. And it requires a huge level of self-awareness and knowledge about this brain system to be able to take that step back and go, this is exactly the moment in time when my child needs me to be calm. I need to access the higher order brain, the prefrontal cortex, and be able to be in this moment with calmness in order to be able to allow my baby and my child to feel safe, even in their most distressing moments. When this system works, it's nothing short than miraculous. The way in which our brains communicate with each other and keep each other calm is amazing. And it also speaks to how we can have really beautiful, emotionally attuned moments, and how those moments of connection stay with us and mean so much to us, and probably explains why we would so easily forget negative experiences, because these beautiful moments of connection and emotional attunement is so rewarding and uplifting. Parental stress and a child's stress plays a significant role in how our brains are able to connect and communicate with each other and co-regulate with each other. Interestingly, as you may know, parents of neurodivergent children have higher levels of stress, and autistic people have higher levels and often chronic stress just because they have to live in a world that's primarily built for neurotypical people. That makes it extra difficult for us as parents to help our children to calm, and for us, our children, to be able to access and blend our calm. This may seem like quite a depressing message, and maybe we just give up here. But I'm here to tell you there are still some things that we can do, and it's always worth the fight to be able to support our children and make their lives that much easier, just by the fact that we can make them feel safe in this world. We are powerful agents of connection, growth, and change for our children. And so therefore, how we feel and how we look after ourselves is really essential and integral to us being able to look after our kids. We often take this role of martyr to a degree, where we sacrifice everything for our children. We stay up all hours of the night researching how to help them. We're up early in the morning and throughout the night because they need us throughout the night. We set all our own needs, our interests, our other relationships aside in favor of supporting and looking after our children. And while this is all amazing and it shows our love and commitment to our children, it's also misguided to a degree when we think about how our bodies and our brains work and how much our children need our brain to be calm and regulated and alert and available. So really prioritizing your own needs as much as you prioritize your children's needs is in fact prioritizing your children's needs. We think that it's self-care is an indulgent thing. We look at self-care as optional, when really it's not, particularly in high-stress situations that most of the families that I work with and families where there are neurodivergent family members experience. Self-care really isn't optional. Looking after ourselves and after our own arousal levels, making sure that we're resetting our nervous system on a regular basis, allowing ourselves to be more available to our children, is really what our children need most from us. When your own arousal needs are taken care of, you are more curious, available, and open-minded about what your child might present with. You're more capable of reframing behaviors that you see and thinking outside of the box about how to approach them and how to support your child. When your arousal and stress needs are taken care of, you're more curious, available, and open-minded about what your child might need or the behaviors that they present. You're more able to reframe and think outside of the box about how to support them better. When you feel regulated, you're more able to come from a place of looking at behaviors considering neurological vulnerabilities, as opposed to looking at behaviors as things that need to be changed, things that annoy you, things that press your buttons. When we come at our children with the idea of having to change their behaviors or control their behaviors, that's a sign of us probably feeling burnt out. And if we take that approach with our children, it will probably lead to burnout for our children as well. Managing our stress and our arousal levels is an essential part of our parenting strategy. It's not all about our children, a lot of it is about us. And we need to acknowledge and respect that so that we can be the best parents we want to be. For more information about managing stress, managing arousal levels, parenting strategies to help you be free and available and curious about your child and meeting your child where they are, click on the link to access more of those resources on my website.